Hello everyone, welcome to our World of Warship Blitz video. Today's video is the Akizuki, which is the Tier 8 Japanese destroyer, basically. It's the gunboat destroyer, so it is the first gunboat destroyer of the gunboat line that actually is really, truly a gunboat destroyer. So this thing has very small caliber, fast-firing guns. Not a great fire chance, but you put out such a volume of shells that doesn't really seem to matter. So here we are in a battle, no carrier, which is nice. Friendly Akizuki, which is the Tier 7 torpedo boat, and I are heading towards the island. There's a couple of entrances into the cap point on both sides, so very balanced map. I'm providing scouting on one side, he's going to provide scouting on the other. Now, I do set my destroyers up for concealment, so I have historical camo and I have the concealment module in slot 3. However, it is a big ship. So I've spotted the enemy, I've been detected. That Sims has a very good detection radius. So what I'm going to do now is try and get out of trouble, back out. But I am getting pretty heavily hammered here. There's a Miyoki, there's that Cleveland. And you can see quite a lot of fireworks coming out of the Cleveland. The battleships decided to get into the fray. Japanese destroyers really are a priority target. So we're going to try and sneak back around the point of land here. And the Sims has fired his torpedoes, but thankfully the travel speed of those torpedoes is so slow that that's not so much of an issue for us. Yeah, okay, then that was pretty painful. Let's try it again. So what we're going to do now is I'm not going to fire. Oh, I am detected. That didn't take very long. We'll get one set of torpedoes in there. We got to here we go. The Sims is trying to be a brave lad, coming in close. We fire some smoke to confuse him. Torpedoes in his likely line of travel. Get out with the guns. Get into reverse. I probably should have cut the power, and maybe my turning circle would have been enough to avoid that. Very friendly torpedoes coming in. Thank goodness it's Blitz, not the PC version, because that would have definitely sunk me. And we got an extra hit, very long range torpedoes against that Cleveland. I'm back in the smoke, and I'm going to make that Cleveland, well, I'm going to upset him, but I'm probably not going to do a lot else. There's a ship coming up beside me. He's turning around. He won't be able to outturn his turrets, but his front turrets will need to traverse through at least 180 degrees, so I'm only facing some rear turrets, which is bad, but not as bad as it could be. Meanwhile, I'm going to have to try and get my end on into him. If I keep the turns up, if you keep the mobility going, he's got to try and predict where you're going to be, and his shells take an awful long time to get there. And he's decided to pick on someone else because I'm not that lucrative. Thank goodness for that Akizuki. He will have fired torpedoes in there and really made a mess of things. With any luck, because that battleship is just sitting there waiting to be torpedoed. Here's the Miyoko, sorry. So this is not as fearsome as the Cleveland. Its rate of fire, it has a lot of guns, but its rate of fire isn't as great. And yeah, so he has torpedoes I need to worry about, but probably not at this range, 9 kilometers, maybe. But we're an awfully small target, and it's a bit of a chance for him to shoot at it. Yeah, he's chancing his arm if he's shooting at us. There he is, he's going in reverse. He's going to be out of our range shortly. We're just going to punish him, push him back within the cap. I've got 8 seconds left on the smoke, so I'd better start making some moves. He's blind firing right over the top, and he's reversing. Now his reversal means that he's out of his 10 guns, he's only actually going to be able to get 4 on target, because the rear guns obviously can't, and the third turret is below the line of the top turret. There we go, full broadside. They really do not like Japanese destroyers, understandably so. Meanwhile, he's ignored something a lot closer and a lot more threatening to him. And yeah, so, well, that's okay. That's good to see. Here's the North Carolina. We're just going to fire at the targeting, let the dispersion do the work. Got some fires going on him. Nice to see, nice to see. Someone else is probably going to take him down. Oh, yeah, someone else did, but hey, that was still an awful lot of fun. Now, this is the best case scenario. We've got 3 enemy ships. One of them's disappeared. No, it's off to the far off to my left there. But that Kansas is sitting in the cap. Is not doing anything. No one's here to spot me, so I am blind. I'm not blind firing because he's being spotted. I'm getting shots over the top of the island. Just need to make sure I cater for any movement that he's putting in, and it's just pure fire lighting delight. This Cleveland is, well, he's being a bit of a pain, becoming a bit dangerous. He's gone down. That's all we need to know. Essentially, this is just free damage. Now, I could move in and try and torpedo him, but you know what? As soon as he sees a Japanese destroyer, he's going to move. He probably should be moving already, maybe. Those torpedoes look like they're going to miss. No point worrying about the torpedoes. Let's get some fires up. Because, yeah, basically a lot of damage on those fires if we can get some fires lit. Just raining it down on his superstructure, maybe overshooting with some of my shells. Yeah, no. Well, not going to get an assist for that, am I? So there we go. One ship left. So we are a good support fire ship. Probably not such a good scout. As you can probably tell, yep. And there's the enemy ship coming in. We're just going to wait for him to get into range. I don't have a lot of health left. I don't have any repair kits left. I am absolutely not going to cause myself any grief that I don't need to. Here comes the Colorado. 11 seconds left. Let's see if we can get some shots on him. If we can get one hit, we may get a Confederate. There we go. Got a Confederate award. And yeah, there we go. A bit of a scrappy game. What surprised me about this game is that I got the most valuable player. So 63,000 damage. You can get some insane games. 63,000 damage and only a couple of torpedo hits, although some of those torpedo hits counted pretty heavily. So let me have a look. Come on, let's show me some stats. 5 torpedo hits, 2 fires, 300 shell hits. Gotta love the Akizuki. Absolutely stunningly fun to play. The Shiratsuyu is probably one of the most unpleasant ships, but definitely worth getting there to the Akizuki. The Akizuki, by the way, the fastest grind I ever did. Hope you enjoyed watching that video. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.